So here we are at the Watford Colosseum for the Steve Goodwin show. We're starting off with a debutant Dave Lionheart Leo versus Graham Fearn. I'm joined by Danny Chamberlain here. What do you make of this, Danny? Do you know any of the boys at all?
Well, yeah, I've seen a lot of Dave Leo over the years in the amateurs. He was a home counties fighter for Cheshunt Amateur Boxing Club. So yeah, got to see quite a bit of Dave over the years. As I have a Graham Fearn, he's been around for a long, long time.
Yeah, he's been, as you say, Graham Fearn's been around a little bit. A good test for Dave Leo for his first fight. Coming out of a good camp, Dave Leo's trained by Peter Sims, so he's in the same stable as Kevin Mitchell and Tyler Goodjohn. So I'd imagine he's had fairly good preparations coming into this fight.
Absolutely, you can't not learn off fighters like Kevin Mitchell, trainers like Peter Sims and Tony Sims. So let's hope he gets off to a winning start.
He's 30 years old making his debut, so older for most people to play debutant. I know he started boxing late at the age of 21. Do you think that'll affect him at all, Danny? Do you think that will make a difference he's 30, or do you think the maturity will help him out?
Yeah, you know, it all depends, but Dave Leo only started at 21, so he hasn't like he's had loads of miles on his clock, he hasn't had loads of wars, so really Dave Leo's a fresh 30 years old.
He started off well, he seems to come off the jab quite nicely, caught with a nice little overhand right there. Seems to be finding himself into the fight quite nicely.
As long as Dave keeps that in movement, trust the gap and work the inside, I think we'll be fine.
I mean, Graham Fearn's only won 5, one by KO, so we wouldn't imagine that Fearn is a messy puncher, but he's a live opponent, certainly down here. As you see there, he's come back with some jabs there. So Dave, as you said, has got to make sure he keeps moving that head and stays sharp and switched on. Nice right hand.
Shot there from Dave Leo.
Nice
Really
right
nice.
hand. What would you like to see Dave do? Do you think he's doing it at the moment? Leo doing quite well, just trying to establish himself?
Yeah, I'd like to see him use his jab a little bit more as he's coming forward. He seems to be coming forward with a bit of head movement, but there's not a lot of left hand work. I'd like to see him with a nice jab, slip his head, then attack with the left hooks or the right hands over the top. But I mean, it's opening round. Let's just see how he goes.
It is his debut as well, and
That's
it's always, as you know, yeah, it's you know, it's starting again. The first time about the head guard and the crowd and selling tickets, which has never really been a problem for the amateurs beforehand. So yeah, he started off quite nicely, nice right hand there. And it's a good jab, Danny, like you say. When he gets on that jab, he's got quite a nice jab there. He's certainly asking questions.
The jab's the finder in any fight. You know, if you can land with a jab, you can land with a backhand. You know, so it is important that he does it. It's
yeah,
nice head movement.
Nice head movement there. He's keeping it away. Certainly controlling the round at the moment, Leo. Nice overhand right there. He's landed that a few times, that right hand over the top.
He seems very vulnerable to it. Yeah, I must admit, Fearn. For a man of his experience, he won't be easy to hit, and like I say again, he's just caught him again with that backhand. So
can't miss that right hand over the top first of all. So it's a nice solid first round for him. I think him and the Sims will be Peter Sims will be quite happy from the start from him.
After that right hand, I'd like to see Leo come back with the left hook. He's coming back with a straight shot. I'd like Leo to throw the right hand, load up with the left hook, and try and bring him round back on balance.
Yeah, just try and open this boy up a little bit as well.
Right,
just try and maybe a little bit of body work.
Very well supported here,
Dave.
Round as well. Good Leo round.
Corners, 10 seconds. Second half, round 2.
Here we go, round 2 of David Leo's opening pro debut, and I think he controlled that round quite comfortably. I scored it 10-9, that one, Danny. Did you see it the same way?
Exactly the same, yeah.
I mean, Fearn is a good boy. He's been in with some good people, but he did quit once before. He after that he fought Scott Jenkins, and he got stopped in that fight. And he nice right hand there, and he did stop for us. So I wonder how badly he wants it. This is only, I think, his second fight since he called it a day the first time around, which was back in November of 2012. So he's been around a long time, but went away from it. But seems to have been drawn back to it, Danny.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say, you know, boxing is a very, very tough game. So it could be very easy to fall in that love with the sport.
Yeah.
I, for one, done that. But let's get back to Dave Leo here.
He's settled quite nicely, Leo. Nice jab there.
Well, he's got that style, isn't he? He's got that sort of come forward style, and which will suit the professional ranks.
I was just about to say, he looks very settled for you wouldn't necessarily know this was his debut fight. He's got
Very
that nice settled pro style. Maybe that's what that maturity that we talked about earlier on, being 30 years old, perhaps helped him a little bit. Maybe more mature as a man and not so nervous, and seems very comfortable in there at the moment.
One thing I would say, he seems to be flicking his jab a lot. I mean, sit down your shots, push the jab out. This is the professional rank now. Good right hand. This is the professional ranks now. You need to put a bit of meat behind your shots to gain the respect of your opponent. You're not in the amateurs now. You do need to start applying a little bit of strength.
That's it, pushing off that back foot and just really pushing through it. Yes, I say, because especially in the pros, as you say, it's not about scoring shots. It's about hurting. Nice overhand right there. He caught him with as Fearn looks to unload.
See, when he's there, try and keep him now. Try and work on the inside a little bit. Very relaxed style, Dave Leo, you know, for his debut. Crowd are getting behind him. He hasn't let them rule his head. I'm quite impressed with Dave Leo this evening.
No, he's sold a good few tickets and he looks in good shape, and I think he's a personal trainer by trade, so we would expect him to be in good shape, and he's got a good camp behind him. But yeah, I'm impressed with him so far, Danny. Especially that right hand, Danny. That right hand.
You can't miss him with that. Another one to the
with
body there as well. It's a decent shot. Takes his feet in a little bit more and throws it. You'll get a bit more venom in the shot.
Especially if he throws the right hand and maybe turns that left hook to the body after that. Yeah, after the right hand would be good.
There's a number of shots you can throw once that right hand lands. Like you said, you can lean down, whip left hook to the body, you come back to the head with the left hook. There's a lot of shots you can throw. I think Dave does need to start doing that now.
And maybe he's come off that jab a little bit now. Now he's found some success with that right hand, Danny. He seems to be looking for that right hand, a bit right hand happy. I'd like to see him just go back on the jab a little bit more and build off that jab, and then bring the right hand in when he sees the opportunity.
I totally agree. It's no good looking for a one-shot knockout, and like you say, he does seem to be doing that. However, Dave Leo did have a fantastic knockout win over a very, very experienced fighter, Jimmy Cooper, in the amateurs. Jimmy's a highly rated fighter. He hit Jimmy on the chin with the right hand, and that was it.
So we go round 3. Again, I think another round to Leo there. Quite nicely looking for the. We decided a bit right hand happy in that round, but certainly a Leo round for me, Danny.
Yeah, me too. Seems to be dominating again, holding the centre of the ring. Fearn seems to be doing all the leg work.
Yeah, he's controlling that centre of the ring nice. He's not chasing him round. He is stepping across him, which is quite nice to see. Again, he does look very settled for his first pro fight, and again, like to see him just build behind that jab.
No disrespect to Fearn, Kev, but when you get these opponents, they are hard to break down. They are hard to hit with a clean shot. They've been around a hell of a long time, and they can also make you look very bad. So Leo, I believe, is coping very well with this, and he's dealing with a job.
And that's what I think. That's a good point that you picked on there, Danny. Is I don't think journeymen or people that go on the road get the credit they necessarily deserve, because one thing they're very good at is spoiling, holding, surviving, and that's the key, and that's an integral part on perhaps what the armchair fan doesn't realise about how important these fights are.
We've got caught them with a little right uppercut inside as you come in. Needs to be aware of these little shots.
And this is the kind of fight that Dave Leo wants, someone like Fearn who's going to ask some questions of him, and teach him a few tricks, and people that go on the road know all the tricks in the book. Nice right hand there, and turn the left hook to the body there.
To be fair to Leo, Leo really is a super feather. His opponent did pull out, so Fearn come in with 4 fast days notice, which is why Dave's come in a little bit heavier at 9 stone 10.
Yeah.
Really, Dave's a 9 stone 4 fighter, he knows that. So when Dave comes down that extra little bit of weight, I think you'll see a bit more snap in his work. For a debut, I'm really impressed with him.
Yeah,
great shot, great shot.
Cracking 1-2 shot.
Fantastic right hand over the top there by Leo. Seemed to have got a little bit of respect from Fearn now.
That was a cracking shot, caught him straight on the chin, measured it quite nicely, and waited for it, reacted, didn't he? As soon as his Fearn threw the jab out, he reacted straight away and threw the right hand.
Another
nice
good
right
shot.
hand, good. Seems to be stepping in, seems to be turning into the punch a little bit more, Danny. It's good from Leo. Very impressed, very impressed.
Well, he's got a good team, Kev, as well. You know, Peter Sims, Tony Sims, learning off fighters like Kevin Mitchell, Tyler Goodjohn, Lee Purdy, Darren Barker. What more could a young pro want? I'm not happy about him sitting here, though. He shouldn't be in places like this.
Again, maybe a little bit of inexperience, maybe in the amateurs. That's one thing, you don't get a lot of people leaning on you. You kind of broke quite early, aren't you, in the amateurs? So it's
good thing he switched to southpaw now, Leo.
Showing variety to his work. It's good.
It's right. It seems to be scoring better with the jab as a southpaw stance.
It's a good jab there. So the right jab is better. He carries his left hand low, Dave Leo, and the thing. Do you think that's causing him a problem, or just his style, or is it just?
Well, I think in any fight or whatever style, if you do carry low hands, you can get caught. But you know, if he's comfortable like that, I know a lot of fighters that feel more comfortable with their hands low. So if he can get away with it, good luck to him.
7 rounds, 4th and final round.
To come into the final round of Dave Lionheart Leo's pro debut. First 3 rounds, nice and comfortable. I've got to say, I'm very impressed, Danny, so far with how he's come out, and he showed good maturity, good variation, especially in that last round, switching to southpaw.
Yeah, me too, absolutely. And as I said, Fearn's not a stand in front of you kind of guy. As you can see, he's using his legs, he's running around, he's making Leo miss, he's messing him about. Dave stayed patient, he's picked his shots well. I'm really impressed with Dave Leo.
It's good matchmaking as well. It's the kind of fight that Dave Leo needs at this stage in his career. Like you say, someone that is going to ask questions, is going to move around. Dave has got to do a little bit to get to him, and and you know,
Good work there from Leo. You know, he attempted the work on the inside, which was nice. But I see Dave get close while he's there, if possible. Fire around the body, bring some up through the middle.
Working there, got his back to the ropes there. Get a little bit messy side. Fearn gets the pressure on a little bit. It's nice and comfortable, Leo. He's doing some good shots. And as you say, as a change opponent the last few days, it hasn't seemed to have affected Leo at all. He seems nice and comfortable and seems to have adjusted quite well.
Yeah, considering, because let's have it right on you. Oh,
nice
lovely
lovely right hand.
Superb, well-timed shot there. Fearn through a lazy jab. Leo countered with a backhand. Great boxing. Really impressed.
Good reactions, Leo. He's caught him a couple of times, especially when, as you say, that lazy jab's come out, and he's reacted with that right hand over the top. So Fearn looking to bully him a little bit now, lean up against him. Leo's just got to learn to be cute in there and stay tight. And
well, they do that, you see, Kev, these journeymen. They're very clever. You know, you catch them with a shot, they are going to let you know they're still in the fight. So, yeah, I must say, Leo, you know, his timing's really well. I'm really impressed by him.
And credit to Fearn as well. He's come to have a fight. He hasn't come to just survive. He has come to have a fight and move around and ask a few questions of Leo. So
yeah, definitely. And he's done that. Knowing Graham Fearn, he'll probably be boxing again next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You know, it's a living for these guys.
But again, so key, as we talked about earlier on, Danny. So key, these early fights and journeymen that know the tricks. And a nice little body shot there, right from Fearn, and then caught him with a right hook there.
Caught there with a right hook, yeah. Fearn seems to be complaining about something here. He just tapped the side of his head. I don't know if he thought one went round the back of his head or not. I didn't see it.
Leo got a nice shot into the body there, and why he was complaining as well, which is nice. Going for the body a little bit more, Leo.
It's always a good sign when you're boxing someone when they start complaining. Distress signals. It's always nice to see.
Dave's kept his head. Lovely double jab there. Excellent double jab. Switching downstairs and looking for that right hand again. That's better from Leo. Lovely combination. And a right hand again before stepping out. A little bit far away that time. Tried the 1-2. A little bit short. Going to the body again.
As I say, if Dave can take his feet with him, then throw the shots, he will detonate the shot with a lot more power. Seems to be lunging at the moment. Great shot.
That overhand right's hit all night, Danny, and I think a nice comfortable 4 rounds win there for Dave Leone's debut.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see how pleased he is. Look at his trainer, Sims there. They're all over the moon. His crowd are up on their feet. What a fantastic buzz for a young pro on his debut. Fantastic. As I say, I really like Dave Leo. He's one of boxing's honest guys. In the amateurs, he never ducked anyone. Went in with Mitchell Smith, as we all know, the super featherweight Southern Area champion, ABA champion as well. He's been with them all. Jimmy Cooper, Reece Bellotti, the 2-time ABA champion. I was at that fight, and I believe Dave actually beat Bellotti that day. So full credit to him. I do think he's won every round. Let's see how he goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, 4 rounds of boxing, referee Campion contest. 40 points to 36. Your winner,
There you go then.
And as we thought, Danny, 40-36 for Dave Leo, and a good performance on his debut.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done, Dave Leo. Look forward to seeing him again.